Reynolds Park is located in the upper right-hand corner of Arkansas, near the Missouri state line in Paragould, Arkansas. The park is open to the public. It has a picnic area, a playground area, public bathrooms, and other amenities for the public to enjoy. In the top left-hand corner of this aerial photo, you can see where the RV pad sites are located. The pad sites are mostly long enough for a very long RV or fifth-wheel trailer and have water and electric. I believe most of them are 50-amp sites. Since this entire area is open to the general public, they keep the water and electric under lock and key. So before you hook into water and electric, you need to get the keys from the rental office, which is about 5 miles across town. It's sort of an odd setup, but that's the way it is. They also have a dump station, which I have circled in the center area of the photograph. To get a sense of what the roads look like leading up to the campground, I'm going to include some footage of approximately the last mile driving to the campground. When we first pulled into the campground, you see the cars on the right and there's a building there. We thought that was the rental office. As it turns out, there was a wedding reception going on there, and when we walked in, they all sort of looked at us a little bit strange. So just be aware that is not the rental office. Since there was no one there to tell us where to go or how to navigate through the park, we were sort of left on our own. And that's what you're going to see here, is us driving around with our fifth wheel attached, just trying to figure out what to do. On the left is public parking. More public parking and a picnic shelter on the left. Look out for the ducks, they're everywhere. We are now pulling into the section of the park where all of the RV sites are located. These first few sites that you see in front of the truck are all pull-through sites. When we arrived, it was later in the day, and it was during what I would consider to be an off-season, so there really wasn't much traffic in the campground. There weren't that many people, but I could imagine if you arrived in the summer, especially on a weekend, this place would be packed, and driving through here might be a nightmare. Little kids running around, cars driving through the campground and all the roads. yeah, you just really have to be careful, in my opinion. Having said all that, since I've been here once, I don't think it would be that bad, but in our case, again, this was our first time here. We didn't know where to go, and there was no rental office to tell us, oh, drive down here, go in this direction, and so on and so forth, like normally happens when you arrive at a campground. So, yeah, if you have a larger rig and it's busy, it could be a problem. You're just going to have to be careful. Coming up on the left are the RV sites. All of the sites are on the water side of the road, the lake side of the road. There are no sites that I saw that were on the interior side of the park. Everything on the interior is intended for public picnicking and public playground access. So everything you see on the left here are the RV pads. So again, as I previously said, we've never been here before, and there was no one to tell us which direction to go, or even which sites were reserved. So we were just trying to figure out how to maneuver to pull into one of the sites properly so that we could leave easily. We were only here for one night, and pulling a fifth wheel around these narrow roads with the public coming and going wasn't the best situation. Here's a guy feeding the ducks. We had to wait for him. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that you're going to see at this park. When you get out and walk, just watch out for the duck poop and the goose poop, because it's kind of everywhere, especially down in this area of the park. Here I am trying to pull into one of the pull-through sites backwards. I thought, well, maybe I can just pull in here and it'll be fine, but I changed my mind. And so I pulled out here and tried to get turned around so I could pull into this site again correctly. Normally I wouldn't show all of this sort of thing, me struggling to get into a site, but again, because there's no one here to tell you what to do, I'm leaving all this footage in. A side benefit is you get to see the RV sites going in the opposite direction, which might give you a better perspective. The one good thing about this park is all of the sites seem to be long enough to fit really long rigs. There might have only been one or two sites that I would have considered shorter sites, but again, our rig is almost 50 feet long plus the length of the truck, and I would say that you shouldn't have any problem getting a trailer, a fifth wheel, or a rig of that length into most of these sites. So now we finally did pull into our site properly in the correct direction. So now we've unhooked and I'm on my way to the rental office to pick up the keys for the water and the electric and to pay them for the stay. I don't think I previously mentioned this, but they don't take money in advance. You have to pay when you arrive. As you can see, as we pull into the registration building, it's probably not impossible to bring a big rig into this area, but certainly I'm glad I didn't. It's just not intended for something bigger than a normal minivan or a regular passenger car.